Good evening, I am Josh Beiser and welcome to another play of Shovel Knight here on Game Wisdom. This is episode 3. We completed the second part yesterday while talking about some of the homages that Yacht Club games featured, including the Bullet stage from Mega Man as well as one of the boss fights from Mega Man 2. So we're going to get back into it and go to section 3. As you can see, we're now in the ice part of the kingdom, and we have 3 more bosses to fight, including a mysterious mini-boss on the map there. And we still have this little section to get to. But first, we'll go with the Tinker Knight, because this is a fight that I really want to talk about. Alright, let me just check the stream here. Alright, looks good. Alright, so we're in the Tinker Knights level, and the first thing you can see are conveyor belts. Another mainstay of 2D platform design are using conveyor belts to add this challenge of taking away the control of the player's movement. And this is definitely another Mega Man inspired challenge here, as you have to navigate these conveyor belts while avoiding... I'm not sure what those mice are doing. They're clockwork exploding mice, I guess? Yeah. Oh. Let me take them out. There we go. Alright. So obviously the best way to maneuver on these conveyor belts is to do these little quick hops. And this is another classic obstacle right here, as you have to time your jump while dealing with the constraints of the conveyor belt itself. Oh no, you don't. Whoa, almost got hit by him. Alright, still hit me. Alright, looks like a gear wizard. And we have 2 platforms right next to each other, adding a little bit more challenge. Oop, we'll avoid that. Here we have another fishing lure spot. There we go. Okay. Now that big gear, there we go. I can use my shovel jump. I'm not sure what they actually call it in this game. I just keep referring to it as the pogo jump from DuckTales. Alright, where's that other one? Is it gonna come? Nope. Alright, another hidden area. Let's see what we got. More spikes, and we have to maneuver using the gear here. So this is a nice little puzzle, or a nice little obstacle right there, because it reinforces the mechanic that you can use these gears as a makeshift platform. There we go. Alright, I think this is probably another triple fish. I think that's what they call them. Yeah. Alright. More of these annoying gears that basically follow this pattern of hugging whatever ground or section they're landing on. You can see we just had the checkpoint up there, but we have to take the long way around. Right. Another challenge involving taking away the player's control, and that's using these essentially pillars that are pushing outward. Okay. And again, we have the gear bounce. Yeah, these annoying flying things are be a pain in the ass in the layer sections. Here's our checkpoint. Okay. I can use my charge smash to do increased damage. Oop. That's a new guy right there, as you can see. Again with the circular gear projectile type attacks. That's a popular type of projectile we see in a lot of classic games just because it's so tricky to avoid. Just like as you're seeing right there. Alright. We have another hidden area. So first we gotta deal with that guy. Okay. We'll go down first. Ooh! And he got me with a quick hit there. But we were pretty close to the checkpoint, so it doesn't really matter. Okay. but I want my money back. And we'll go up this time to grab those lovely rubies. And to make sure that this little mouse doesn't do anything to us. Alright. Now what the hell are those? We have flying missiles coming at us. So to be on the safe side, I'm going to equip my phase locket. This hit area gives us another one of these guys. Now what's interesting about these missiles is they follow a very similar design of the Medusa heads from Castlevania. That they keep to this very basic pattern, but it's just enough that it makes it hard to attack them while doing whatever else you're doing. And it made those Medusa heads the bane for a lot of players back in the day. Alright, we've got another annoying knight. But we can take him out quickly. You can see we have another little hidden area with more of these conveyor belts. So this time we're basically going against their normal path. And this is where doing quick hops comes into play. Okay, and we have another little guy here, and he is going to sell us mobile gear. Alright? So what this does, it creates a little motorized platform that I can use to run along spikes or attach to walls. Let me see if I can get it just right. No, it just runs along the spikes. So I can use this right here. If I can actually get it, there we go. Oh, it disappeared just in time. Alright, we're back here, but I can get through this pretty quickly with my phase locking. Again, I can use my locket as a little shortcut. Let's see. You can see it's basically going automatically for you. And that's a good use of the mechanic from the developer. So we'll get back over here, and we'll ride this bad boy to freedom. Go! Whee! Well, I missed one, but that's alright. Now I don't know if this mobile gear actually has a old school comparison. I'm trying to think. I know the Mega Man games had the Rush. Yeah, I think Rush had like a mode that you could use to maneuver along spikes and whatnot. Alright. Here we have another little challenge here. I'm dead. I knew the second I made that Leo was going to make it. You can see the level design has gotten a lot more complicated in this third section. Alright, let's get out of here. I can even use my pogo jump as a shortcut as well, in case I don't want to use the phase locket. I'll just use it to deal with this guy quickly. Again, you can see the conveyor belts are adding a bit more of a wrinkle to this section. It would be pretty simple in terms of platforming by itself. Okay. And finally, we have another checkpoint. And we're introduced to these platforms that basically you can ride on them and you sink through them. This is another definitely old school mechanic. I think this was again another Mega Man inspired section. I think developers copied or paid homage to a lot of Mega Man just because it really was a standard for 2D platforming back in the day. Okay, how am I going to get over there? Oh, that was close. Okay. I'm going to be a little bit more liberous with my phase logger, just so we don't have to repeat too much of the sections. Okay, now what we have? Another moving section. God, watch out, don't get squashed by those things. And this is a play off of the mechanic that we saw in the tunnel area, where we had to ride the bouncing beetle, I think that's what it was. Oh, and you can see the thing was lovely enough to bring these guys to us. But I can use my charge shot to make short work of them. Alright, we have a new knight over here. But we can just avoid them. Alright, 2 of them, but we have the checkpoint. There we go. And again, this annoying guy. Okay, so now we have to use these to get down here. Yes, another bit of a challenge of avoiding the objects and timing your jumps. So again, the trick has always been to begin your jump as the object's coming down, so that it will be gone by the time you actually get to it. Alright. So this time I'm going to go with an old Castlevania tactic of using my, well, in this case, my anchor, but the Great Axe to deal with these enemies above me, just so I have to deal with them as I'm climbing up. There we go. Back there before they disappear. Ah, I missed it. And a nice little shortcut around that guy. Ooh. As you can see, we now have another movement focused section. This time we are going up instead of to the left and right. Ooh, almost got stuck there. So another classic challenge of forcing the player to keep up with the level. And this is one of the things that makes these type of sections so challenging, is the fact that if you start to get slowed down for any reason, it's very hard to recover because of how level is naturally climbing up, or climbing out of the player's view. Okay. And I'm sure we're going to be doing another one of those very shortly, or later on. Okay. Break the switch. This is another good framing section for the boss fight. So who's our boss this time? We have a little guy this time. I like how the music changes to represent how puny the Tinker Knight is. Alright, so this guy seems pretty easy and we killed him. But wait, there's more. Dun dun dun. Alright. Now that's a more befitting of a boss. I'm going to pause again here because this is another classic game design homage. And this is definitely Mega Man. Specifically, I remember Mega Man 1, the Dr. Wily fight, of having Wily be inside this giant motorized vehicle that you have to work your way up to fight him or to actually do damage. And that became a mainstay of the final bosses for all, I think for most of the Mega Man games. So for this time, we don't have the usual Mega Man tricks of the trade, so we have to do the old-fashioned way of climbing up to him. You can see we have these annoying missiles, and there is the actual guy himself. Now the missiles are doing damage, so I can't touch them. But if I time my movement just right, I can avoid it. Oop. And I can use my phase locket as well. Okay. You can see his shoulder on the right has spikes on it. That's to basically prevent the player from jumping too far right and just hanging on him while he's moving back and forth. Now you saw I was able to do that, but I had to time my pogoing a little bit more. So that was a nifty little add-on by a developer to make that part a little bit more challenging while still rewarding players who master the pogo jump. If you do it just right, you can just stay up there indefinitely and just strike him down very easily. Alright, so he is dead, one lock is done, and a new boss has appeared on the map. Oop. And it's time for the Black Knight. Now another interesting comparison is that the Black Knight's use of black and red, that is indicative of Proto Man, who first appeared in Mega Man 3, and he was sort of like Mega Man's quote-unquote rival or brother, or I think he was considered his brother at one point. So the Black Knight plays around that same kind of theme with Shovel Knight as being his evil variant or his more eccentric version. So here we go again with this fight. Now you remember this guy from episode 1, but he's going to have a few new tricks. For one, I have a new trick as well in my Supercharged Strike. Oh, you can see he's sticking stuff at me. But I love this Charge Strike. It's definitely your best attack, because you can use it to increase your range. Come on. One more, and dead. Got some more lovely gold. And of course he escapes to fight another day. Alright, we have enough gold now, so let's do this Hall of Champions section. Oop. And now we're trapped in this level. But this is a pretty simple, sort of like a mini stage almost, or a challenge I have to clear out each room. Oh, there are those ghosts yet again, or I guess ghosts, not sure what the plural is. The challenge is we have to figure out a way to deal with them. You can see this little orb. And that is the key to killing with the ghost. To kill the ghost, is the orb's projectile has to hit them. But the challenge, of course, is maneuvering the orb around. Okay, there's another one. But we're going to get a lot of gold in the process. Probably recover that 5,000 we used to get in here. Here's some more people. Alright, they provide no help. Oop, another see-through platform, but we can deal with this guy easily. Okay, so of course the challenge of this level is working with this orb and maneuvering it around. And getting yourself around as well. Okay. Oop. Maybe there's an orb over here. Oh, that's nice by a developer. I didn't have to go through all that. Okay. One. And come on. Two. The place lights up to indicate that the area is clear. Now, while these ghosts look like they're remnants of like the boos from Super Mario, the use of light to basically distract or kill the ghost, I think that's original to Shovel Knight, but the fact that your normal attacks can't, that is definitely from the Mario games with the boos. Alright. Let's get whatever's up here. Yeah, we'll definitely have some gold to upgrade when we get back to town. Accidentally used my phase locket there. Now we just gotta maneuver this orb. Okay, that area is clear. Then there's only one room left. Alright, maybe the orb is hidden inside one of these things. Right there. Okay, now we just gotta use our light. See, we got a lot of ghosts in here, but we can take them out pretty quickly. And get some much needed, I guess they're considered rupees maybe, or emeralds? Nope. This is where my ground slash ability is not helping me because it's stunning the ghosts. Almost. There we go. Alright, have we cleared everything out yet? Okay, that's clear. To the left is clear. Oh, we still have this area to deal with. Must be a ghost missing. Ah, over here. Alright, again we have another missing piece of the music. We can get that quickly. Oop. It's the Knight's... Where you can see where the Knight's sword comes down. That's where the holes in the ground are. Cute little trick there to basically have the background and directly provide you with the clue. But now, where is that last ghost? Are you over here? There you are. Alright, that should be it, I believe. Yep. Ghosts combined to one bigger one, that's definitely a Mario style fight. You can see we have this big guy. And the same rules are applied here. We have to use the orbs to actually do direct damage. Oop. There's one hit. Oop, he's moving quickly. Alright. Almost got him. I don't know what those things are. He's doing his super speed again. The orbs are stuck together, it's a little bit annoying. There we go, got them apart. And one more. There we go. Place is clear and we got a lot of gold as a reward. So much. Oh, and we got 50 gold for that, thanks. Alright, that area is now clear. And we have another little mini boss to deal with. For some reason this reminds me of Ninja Gaiden with the field sort of the background for the fight. Alright. Oh no you don't. Okay. You can see this guy is using lightning as his attack. Makes it a little bit tricky to actually get in and hit. Oh, did a combo attack there. Yeah, I remember this guy was definitely a trickier fight, but fortunately I have my phase locket to avoid it. Oh. Now things are a little bit more interesting. Almost got him. There we go. Had a little cheat there with the phase locker, but this was an annoying fight, since you can't hit him from the side, or at least not easily. Alright, he's disappearing, and he left a few little rocks. Okay. Let's move on. Polar Night is definitely one of the harder levels. As you can guess from the ice, this is very indicative of like the Iceman style challenges from Mega Man. As you can see, you're going to slide along the level. Oop, that's a bomb. So another one that challenges your control over your character, as the ice is going to make it a lot harder to maneuver. Okay. And this is something that's been in so many 2D platformers. Okay. Again, the music is reminding me of like Castlevania almost, and like how it's like a very haunting melody. Alright, some new enemies here. Okay. You can see you cannot hit them from the top, which renders your pogo shovel useless. I saw that coming. It says around some projectiles you can hit and others you have to actively avoid. At least we got a lot of gold. Okay, break that. There's our first checkpoint. Alright, so you can see the challenge of the level is remaining consistent. We have first using the ice on stationary platforms, now we're going to moving platforms. And there's these guys from earlier. You can only attack them from the back. So I just want to check, make sure there's no secret there. Oop. Sometimes the controls get a little sticky, I know, so maybe it could just be my 360 gamepad. Alright, another bit of a challenge here, of knowing how far or how many blocks actually break. Oop, we'll avoid that. And again, my charge slash coming in handy. Oh! Because we have a new mechanic here of forcing the snow down to essentially cover these spikes. It can be a little nerve-wracking for your first time. Whenever you're dealing with something that can actually kill you, it can be a little tricky to introduce mechanics that actually force you to meet those threats. There's another use of the anchor. Okay, now we just gotta get over here. Pretty simple so far, but the boss is the hardest bosses in Shovel Knight. Alright, these guys yet again. So you can see the little bit of the challenge is having to jump really close to hit that cloud, but I can just do that to make it safer. Should be coming to another checkpoint. There we go. So this is another new mechanic. This thing basically creates rainbow spit that you can use to move around. And it's important to maneuver all along that rainbow spit, or as you can see, you're just going to fall to your death. Okay. And there we go. So again, you can see how the mechanic, will pause again, you can see how the mechanic was presented first in the safe area above, where there's no risk of failure or death. And then you are immediately challenged with getting across the pit. Again, it's important to represent new mechanics like that to give the player a chance to learn in a safe environment before giving them the actual trial. Okay, now we have to climb up here. Gotta get all those rubies, of course. So you can see the challenge here is I have to take this along with me. So we have to bring him up. Come on. And this being able to jump up into the UI, that's another thing I think we first saw in Mario, with jumping up and over to get to like the warp zones. Okay, there we go. I'm just gonna face right through them. Yay, an apple. So again, the game is sort of challenging you to not break too many of these blocks, as you won't have a way to get across. And you can just fall through and get killed. Now what's interesting is this is presenting this dragon who we were able to kill earlier as a makeshift platform. And that's something that's going to come back in a few minutes, I believe. Alright. Gotta avoid that. You can see the checkpoint is tempting us with having a big rupee in there, but if we break it, we will of course lose that checkpoint. Right, another hidden area here. Again, it's forcing you to, you know, break your convention of trying to jump onto the spikes by hitting that snow above. Alright, what do you have this time? The war horn. Alright, let's get it. So this is basically an area affecting like that hits everything and does some very decent damage, but it costs a lot of magic points. Okay. Let's see, we have another knight waiting for us, but my charge smash can deal with him. We got a lot of gold, and I think we're running out of things to upgrade. There we go. Avoid you. Boom. Okay. And again, we have to use this weird, like, statue. I'm not sure what kind of animal that is. Okay. There we go. Whew, that was close. Alright, and again, we have these dragons, and we can't kill them, of course. We have to use them as pogo platforms. Now, that was a good example of a committed challenge. When I say committed, what that means is that as a challenge, you basically have to do it in one maneuver, one type of motion. Because if I stopped in the middle of that, I would not be able to get back to safety and will have died. These types of committed challenges are usually some of the hardest things you'll see in most platformers. And it's a good way of challenging the player to test their mastery of a new mechanic. Because if they can do it all in one motion, it usually means they got a handle on things. Just going to quickly deal with them. And you can see that dragon on the left is sort of the prelude to what we're about to do over here. Okay. And this guy's being a pain. And the little guy over there definitely indicates that there's a secret, which we have to get over to. There we go. As you can see, we have more moving platforms and these spikes there. So again, you have to time your movement, and you won't go too far as you'll slide off the platform. Okay, oop. And there it is. Doing the quick hops to sort of stabilize myself. And we're out. Now again, we have these little spikes we have to cover up. And that guy up there is essentially teasing us with attacking. And we have to make use of him to get over There. Come on, you. Again, you have to manually get out of the swing in midair by swinging forward. There we go. I'm just going to do that to get across really quickly. Again, another little framing section here to let us know we are at the boss. Just love how this guy actually has like a giant snow plow. Sort of like the giant sledgehammer of this world. Alright. So this guy, definitely annoying. As you can see, he can actually counter my pogo swings there. And to make things worse, he can actually create spikes, and those spikes will kill me if I'm standing on them. Okay, and he brought back the ground, fortunately, but he's digging it back up. Again, this is where I can exploit using the phase lock to make this fight a lot easier. But definitely one of the most annoying fights because he creates one-hit kill spikes. Alright, we're back at our little campsite here. Alright, so that's 2 bosses down, 1 more to go for this video. Okay. Right, so our final boss is going to be Propeller Knight. It's shoveling time, yes. Alright, another enemy we have to use as makeshift platforms, as you can see. And this is another committed challenge. Alright. Ah yes, breakaway platforms. Another staple of too many platforming games to count. Okay. You can see this time the enemy, we have to be careful and only attack them when they're vulnerable. Okay. We're using air jets to maneuver around. I think Airman from Mega Man 2 had this. Oop. Oop, as you can see, these projectiles actually will target me specifically. But I can break them. Alright, let's deal with him. Alright, now we have the threat of the wind here that's pushing us back. Or pushing us forward. Again, this is another example of how the game is challenging or testing the player by restricting your motion. Now I have to deal with this thing constantly pushing me. There's a little preview of our boss friend. Checkpoint. Oh. You can see it's more of these annoying knights. This time this one is flying, but we dealt with them pretty quickly. More gold. Alright, cannons. As you can probably guess, we have to use the cannonballs as makeshift platforms. As you can, these annoying enemies are going to be a pain as they will push you backwards. Oh. This is similar to what we saw during the chemical, I think, no, not Plague Knight, yeah, I think that was him, of having to maneuver around these escalating challenges. Alright. Now, this is the second variant of the platforms or the walls that are blocking our view. As you see, earlier we just had to use these during the pit section. Now we have to maneuver around them. Okay, get over here. There we go. Oop. As you can see, where the cannonballs are blowing up sort of clues us as to what's the safe places to move around in. Just a nice simple puzzle there. Okay. Another black screen here to indicate we are at a mini-boss. Now the propellers mean that I cannot use my pogo attack on them. But we can just hit their bombs back. Obviously there should be a checkpoint after this, and there it is. So again, we have to use dangerous items as our makeshift platforms. Oop. This is definitely going to be a tough section. As you can see, we have a lot of essentially death traps to avoid. Okay, now how am I going to avoid that? I have an idea. There we go. Use gravity there to help us. You can see those fans are going to be altering our trajectory pretty quick here. But we got through. There's our little blue friend again. What does he have? The propeller dagger. This is a very useful item because it lets me charge forward. I can keep doing it as long as I have magic power. This is the only real way to extend your jumps. Like so. And it's going to be really useful with dealing with these guys who keep pushing you back. Okay. Whew, we got across that. Nice little test there using propeller dagger. Let's get back to the main path. Two, three, there we go. Oh! Yeah, wind is going to be a definitely pain for this level. Okay. 2, 3, 4, 5. This is why having a lot of magic is really useful, just so I can exploit it like so. Fell all the way down. As I was just saying, very annoying level. Definitely one that's good at near the end of the game instead of at the beginning. Okay, let's try this one more time. There we go. And a lovely checkpoint, thank you. Okay. And we're across. Oh, time for another moving section. As you can see, the wind is pushing me slowly backwards. And that guy is not helping. Okay, it's time for another little test here. 1, 2, 3. I won't go too far out as I don't want to run out of real estate. And a checkpoint there. You can see now we're dealing with the jets that are going to turn on and off. Just another little wrinkle for this. And we have spikes waiting for us there. Oh. Don't want to fall too far down. Okay, as you can see, these platforming sections are getting a lot. Oh, I fell. Getting a lot more complicated. There we go. And another damn fan. And you know what? I'm just going to use the shortcut. there. Oop. As you can see, now we're dealing with wind that's affecting our jumps. If I'm in the wrong place, I'll either fall into the pit or I'll hit those spikes up there. Okay. So this section, you basically cannot jump. You have to let the level, guide you around. Okay. And there we go. Ooh. As you can see, it's getting a lot more complicated. Okay, so we have to go up. Definitely not your... damn. Definitely not your standard platforming sections. Okay. So go down. Up. Okay. Up. So this is where the platform... Oh, I died. I missed it by a fraction of a second. The platform basically becomes its own puzzle here. And we're up. There we go. Freedom. Whew, close. Alright, and now, again, we have this final mastery of using the cannonballs as platforms. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 1. Gotta time it just right. And again, we have this framing section to let us know we are at the boss. Gyroscopic Jester. It's hard to take a man with a propeller on his head seriously, though. Alright. Another annoying guy who keeps moving up. Where did I go? Can use this to get some free hits. Definitely another annoying fight. Oh, got hit there. Can't reach me. I can actually cheat and use the phase locket to get around them, so. Oh! 1 second of missing the phase locket cost. Alright, let's do this one more time. Okay, now we have to hit him over here. And one more. Boom. Oh, he dropped a rose. Alright, that's our third boss for tonight. Well, technically 5th boss, I guess, if we count the mini fights. Okay, another little dream sequence. I'll be making full use of the War Horn here just to deal with all these guys. Very powerful weapon. Come on, there we go. probably won't get that. Well, we got another meal ticket. Alright, so with that, the third lock is broken, and the fourth and final area is revealed. Alright, before we wrap things up, we'll do this little bonus section. Okay, we gotta make use of the propeller dagger to get around. Okay. And see, this is just tempting us to go as many times as we can over to get all the good stuff. Okay. And again, we have to maneuver our way here. Another little committed section to deal with. There we go. Nope. Jumped a little too early. I do like these little sections that basically challenge you to use the items as a form of mastery. Now we gotta time it over here. There we go. I think there's one more. Oh. Let's go back over here, and there we go. Getting a lot of gold. Up. Damn those moles. Alright. As you can see now, for the big test, we have to keep doing the propeller. So can we do this? 1, 2, 3. Good. Another musical sheet. Alright. So with that, we can head back to town and get some much needed upgrading done. Oh, that was over here. Can he give me anything else? No. Let's see, drop half as much gold. I'll keep my dynamo mail. I could buy all this stuff for achievement purposes, which I did in my first game. Let's see, is there anything over here? Nope. I'm sure there's one other area that we had to go to. Okay. And we'll head back to the village. There we go. Using the catapults as a shortcut. And we'll just buy the rest of these upgrades. Okay. I believe this will go all the way to 100, so one more. Yep, that's filled. And now we'll get our food upgrade. And we'll give him some more music sheets. Okay, I think with that we're going to just about wrap things up for this play. You can see we've got quite a bit of progress done. First section, second, third. And now we're left to the final section here. This is definitely sort of indicative to like the Dr. Wily areas where you have to basically make your way up the tower or the castle at these different stage points. But that will be for another night. So with that, I will wrap things up. Part 4, I guess we'll be dealing with this final section. We should be able to finish Shovel Knight in our next episode, but we shall see. So, definitely a great game so far. I've been messing up a lot because it is kind of hard to talk about design while doing these tricky sections, but we're getting through just fine. And with that, I'm going to end things here. Thanks so much for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, please like and subscribe to the channel. It'll help me out a lot. And make sure to check out game-wisdom.com for posts and podcasts relating to game design in the industry, as well as our ongoing Patreon campaign to secure some hopefully much needed funding to help pay for everything and to allow me all the time I need to continue improving these videos and improving the content. So, thanks again for watching, and I will see you real soon. Take care, everybody.